Worried about putting on weight during the holidays and you want some tips on how not to gain weight during the holiday season, you are in the right place. I will be sharing my top 12 tips on how to survive the holiday season and still eat healthy. By the way, if you stay with me until the end of this video, I will let you know how you can get my free holiday checklist that will help you get started the right way. Hi, I'm Shirley from Shirley Wellness, and I help women who struggle with emotional eating and comfort eating lose weight and end the dieting roller coaster forever. For some, especially if you are on a diet, going away on holiday, or just through the holiday season, eating healthy can seem like a much bigger challenge. Especially if you've been invited to parties and are worried about the food on offer, whether it will ruin your healthy eating efforts. Party food can be super tempting and it can derail all of your good intentions. But here's the good news. You're much more in control than you might think, and there's plenty you can do to stay on track and still have fun. Plan your eating. Number 1. Don't use holidays as an excuse to eat whatever you want. Staying in control at parties or when on holiday is difficult for most of us, especially dieters. It is so easy to get caught up in the holiday spirit and overindulge. It is reasonable, however, to plan in advance, to eat a little extra. You will certainly gain weight if you go to a lot of parties and during the holidays. So, number 2, don't save calories and turn up hungry at parties. So if you're tempted to eat little or nothing before you go out this holiday season, think again. You might assume you'll be saving your calories for later, but you're more likely to be giving yourself the green light to eat a lot more than you intended. If you've ever found yourself picking up junk food in the grocery store while shopping hungry, you'll know the negative impact it can have on your food choices. And this is why you don't want to show up to holiday parties on empty stomach either, or for that matter, don't turn up starving at a restaurant. If your party is in the evening, then eat breakfast and lunch as usual. It's fine to leave a bit of room for festive food, but you definitely don't want to be ravenous when you turn up. This is a surefire recipe for wanting to eat everything in sight. Eating a filling snack or small meal around 20 to 30 minutes before you leave home can be super helpful for stopping you snacking later. Best to choose something that is low in carbs too. At a party, that's number 3. Sit away from the buffet. Really don't trust yourself not to keep making trips to the buffet. Position yourself so that you're not standing anywhere near it. If the food is within reach, there's so much more potential for mindless snacking, even when you're not at all hungry, especially if you casually glance at the food. Remember, we eat with our eyes. Research suggests that it is in fact our eyes leading the way. Our tongues merely follow. People's perception is typically dominated by what their eyes see, writes Charles Spence, an Oxford professor of experimental psychology. The further away you are, the more you have to make a conscious decision to walk over to the buffet. Don't restrict yourself. 4. Tempted to eat less or work out more in the run-up to a holiday party? This can work against you, as you're more likely to overeat when you get there. You're usually better off sticking to your normal eating and fitness plans and trying to make good food choices. 5. Choose healthier options. Wherever you are, if there's a mix of healthy and not so healthy choices, it's the perfect opportunity to make sure that you can enjoy some guilt-free party foods. Spot some mixed raw vegetables. Grab a handful. They'll help you to fill up and you won't pile on the calories. Just make sure that you don't dunk them in high-calorie dips. They are also likely to be loaded with fat too. Guacamole or hummus are good choices, but most other dips won't be. It's a calorie bomb. Research suggests that you'll eat more calories on your first trip to the buffet table, so you can do yourself a big favour if you go for healthier and low-calorie options. Number 6. Don't forget about liquid calories, also known as alcohol. It's not just about what you put on your plate that you need to think about. Liquid calories also count, and they can add up to more than you think. Alcohol and soda are empty calories and don't add any nutritional value at all. That's not to say that you can't drink. Just be mindful of what you do drink and what it's contributing in terms of calories, sugars, and so on. Also, alcohol is a big sleep disruptor, so keep that in mind too. 7. Drink water. Try drinking a glass of water in between alcoholic drinks in particular to pace yourself and keep yourself hydrated. That way you can still have a tipple, but you're not going to go overboard. Number 8. Eat mindfully. It takes around 20 minutes for your stomach to let your brain know that you're full. And in that time, you could easily have eaten the equivalent of a meal without even thinking about it. So, taking a more mindful approach to your eating can help to avoid this. To start things off, when at a party, go for a small helpings of the buffet food you fancy and really savour eating them. Small bites and chewing your food thoroughly can be super helpful for this. Try 24 chews and wait 10 seconds in between. Put your knife and fork down, often during eating too. When you're done, distract yourself for a bit. Work the room and get talking to other party guests to stop mindless snacking and check in with yourself 20 minutes later to see if you're really still hungry. And the chances are you'll find that you're not. So look out for your hunger and fullness signals and figure out when you have had enough to eat and stop when feeling satisfied. Number 9. Leave food on your plate. Yes, it is okay to leave food on your plate when in restaurants, at party buffets, and when eating at home too. Respect your body. If you are full, push your plate away from you to signal that you've finished. Or at a party, put your plate on another table and walk away. Don't treat your body like a trash bin. As promised, you can get my holiday checklist for free. I will give you a link in the description below this video. 10. Weighing yourself. This can be a vital part of not putting those pounds on. Weigh in when you are away and do a virtual weigh-in by sending a picture of your scales to your weight loss coach or accountability partner. However, a word of caution if the scales produces any of the following: anxiety, makes you question your self-worth, causes any disturbances to your emotional well-being, it's not the right tool for you, and that's fine too. According to a trial, a short behavioural intervention prevented weight gain over the Christmas holiday period, and this involved participants regularly weighing themselves, weight management advice, and information about the amount of physical activity required to expend the calories in festive foods and drinks. The reality is that when people eat and drink during the holidays, they put pounds on and they don't fully lose all the extra weight. Even if yearly gain is small, say £1, those pounds soon add up, and over 10 years that's an extra £10. 11. Get some physical activity. Keep moving, so go to the gym. This is not the time to stop gym membership and skip going throughout the holiday season. It's so much harder to restart afterwards, so stick to your usual routine. If you are away on holiday, then plan your activity, going to the gym, swimming, yoga classes or Pilates classes, and walking, etc. Number 12, get plenty of sleep. On paper, you might not think that the amount of sleep you get the night before will matter too much. In reality, a bad night's sleep can mean that you eat hundreds more calories the next day. And that's the bad news if you want to avoid calorie heavy and unhealthy party food. Try to get an early night before parties, and you can cut the potential for overeating. The holiday season should involve self-care activities too, like meditation, hobbies, anything you enjoy doing. However, if you do overeat, forgive yourself. Get back on track straight away. There'll be no harm done. Watch out too for sabotaging thoughts about blowing it for the whole trip, which can give you license to eat out of control until you get home. However, if you have stuck to your plan of staying mindful and healthy eating, then give yourself a pat on the back. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel with the bell and the button to get more advice on losing weight the easy way. If you have any questions, please comment below. I would also love to know what your favourite tips are and if you have tried any. Again, comment below.